Hi, hello, Vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another episode on your favorite Little Slaw YouTube channel. So today, in this video, we're going to see. This is the episode two of uh, UI performance testing, and I've got a lot of feedbacks from you, and most of you have thanked me for opening an entirely a different door of performance testing. That most of them think that okay, UI and the normal performance testing are same, but after watching the video, they understood that okay, they are not same, and they are like completely two different worlds because you're not just testing the same end. Like one is client end and the other one is the server end, right? And after watching this video, most of the people have told me that this is more interesting and they wanted more of this kind of video. They want to explore all the tools, but our plan is to first complete the Lighthouse. So in this video, I'm going to take you through how to install the Lighthouse related items. We're going to install the CLI, the Node.js, and we're going to do a manual kind of uh, a validation test in this video today. So please do watch this entire video and let me know if you have any questions or any doubts. Thank you so much for watching this video, and let's jump into the video. And the first step is we are going to do a step-by-step installation, and as part of that, the first step is going to check the Node.js version. So I'm going to just validate my Node.js version. So currently I have the node.js, which is 24.4.1. In fact, in the previous video I have explained how to install the node.js version. And let's make sure the second step is to verify whether the npm is working. And in fact, I have even gave the instructions of how to install the npm in our previous video. So let's quickly check the npm version. So here we have got 10.9.3, that's the npm version. And now, so since we have completed the verification of node and npm, so the next step is I'm going to validate the uh, uh, or I'm going to test the Lighthouse without any global installation, and this is the recommended one because this step will actually download the Lighthouse and it will run the Lighthouse without installing it globally, right? So let me quickly run this code, and the code is npx lighthouse at 10.4.0 and then https www. I'm just going to use google.com for now. We are going to anyways test some real world applications in our next videos. But for now, I'm going to test only the performance of this video for the website, which is google.com. And yes, it will automatically open the website for us and it will do all the validations which we wanted to supposed to test from the browser. And yep, so here on the top you can see all the metrics, right? So any metrics that we wanted to create, yes, they are tested. So this test that I ran is not to test the application but to make sure it's a kind of a dry run, a kind of a smoke test to make sure that everything runs fine. So that's about, so far we have completed three steps. That is, the first thing is we checked whether we have node.js version installed, and then we checked about the npm working is fine, and then we tested the Lighthouse without any global installation. So in this video, let's see few more CLI usage as well. So just to show you a very basic performance audit. So here is the command, which is the npx lighthouse at 10.4.0, and then I'm going to test the google.com, and the only category is performance. I'm not going to test any other items, and anything they're going to test is just the performance of the application, and this will give all the performance metrics that we wanted to test. Yep, it's completed, and yeah, so it's working fine. And now the next step is I'm going to test the application, and I'm going to view the performance, and I'm going to just view the report in the browser. So this here's the command of that. Yeah, so it shows that, okay, it shows all the values which we wanted to check. Okay, I think I made a mistake in it. Sorry. I added 4 W's, which is literally wrong. Yeah. And now at the end of the test, we can see the report in the browser format. Yep, now it works fine. So all these are different ways to test your applications, and you might need it when you are supposed to test your applications for your real-time applications, right? So for that purpose, we are doing all this testing. And in fact, if I want to test multiple categories, so previously I tested only the performance, right? So if I want to test the performance, the accessibility, and the SEO, I can even do that. And this here's the command. Yeah, so it is Lighthouse again 10.4.0, and then the website name, and then the categories. So here I'm using the performance, the accessibility, and the SEO. And please, I request you to practice all these and to make sure that they work properly in your system so that you can easily navigate to your directly to your real-time application, so you can easily understand how does it work and what changes does it bring, right? So all these, to understand all these, please make sure that you execute all these commands and check whether they work fine. And in fact, it's not just only the web mode or like web module, even we can test the mobile simulation as well, and here is the command for that. So yeah, it's the same, the website thing, the categories. I'm going to test only the performance for this time, but at the end I'm going to use the form factor as mobile. So if I use the form factor as mobile, and when I run the test, I get to see a different version of the results. That's the difference, and that's what we want to understand, because not all the applications is required to test only in the web application mode or in the desktop or in the PC mode. Some of the applications is also needed to be tested in the mobile version. So that's the reason we are supposed to do all these kind of testing in our for our applications, for our applications basically. And after this is getting completed, we are going to test, we're going to move to the next step where we're going to check into the Chrome Dev Tools, the built-in tools. Yep, so it's completed. And now the next step is, let me quickly open the Chrome. And here is my favorite website, which I normally use it for testing. And when I click on F12, it will take me to the Chrome browser, and then look for the Lighthouse tab. Yes, I got the Lighthouse tab here. And then the mode has to be navigation mode, and the device type, it can be both mobile and the desktop. For now, I'm going to choose desktop as my option, and then I'm just going to choose only the performance for now. And I'm going to click on page load. And again, this is important because if I want to test only the performance, I do not want to check the accessibility best practice in SEO. All I wanted to test is only the performance just for the desktop mode. And let's wait for a few more seconds. Yeah, so here you can quickly see the performance of this web application. The first contentful pane, we know what's the number is. Yes. And here you can see what is this first contentful paint for those who do not who missed the first video. So this makes the time at which the first text or image is painted. So it really took 1.3 seconds. And then the largest contentful paint, that is the time at which the largest text or image is painted, which really took 3.5 seconds. And the total blocking time, which is the sum of all the time periods between the FCP and the time to interactive when the task length exceeds 50 milliseconds. So these are the again my favorite, cumulative shift. The moment your page gets loaded, the items will keep on shifting. So that's cumulative shift for you. So the reason I'm running this for you is to let you know that yes, there is another way of doing the same thing. It's not just only the command line. We can even do it through the website as well. And now the third one, which is the Node.js integration. So let's go to that. I mean, again, today, this episode is all about the integration, the basic try and the basic setup. So let me quickly open my VS Code and show it to you. So as a first step, I'm going to create a folder. So make directory Lighthouse demo. or Lighthouse setup I'll make. Yep, so I've got my Lighthouse setup folder, and let's cd into the Lighthouse setup folder. So now we are into the Lighthouse setup folder, and then the next step is I'm going to initiate my npm. Let me just quickly take this way. Yep, so I'm going to quickly do a npm my init minus y, and this will initiate the npm for me in the system, and it tells that there are no tests, but the version is here, the main.index.js. So if I open my Lighthouse setup, here you can see I got the package.json file which is properly set up. And then the next step is I'm going to set up my Lighthouse. So npm install Lighthouse at 10.4.0. So this will install the Lighthouse inside this particular folder for me, so that any time when I make any executions or any testing, it will help me to take all the files. It will help me to bring in audit and anything else that we wanted to do. And now the next step is I'm going to install the Chrome launcher, and the command is npm install Chrome launcher, and this will install the Chrome launcher for me. Yes, that's installed. And then there is a script. In fact, I'll paste this code for you in the website, in the GitHub, so you can take it from there. So don't worry. I'm going to make a new file which is going to be lighthouse test.js. Let me quickly add this file, lighthouse minus test.js. Yep, I have added the file, and yes, I have added the file here. And just to make sure, let me quickly check the website. Yeah, so here, let me change it to www.google.com, and rest everything is fine. So what will happen at the end of this is I will get a HTML format of the test. So I don't want to open my browser, I don't want to click the website and click on whatever the performance or the audit type which I wanted to say. For example, the performance, the SEO, it's not just like that. I can give the website directly here, and the moment I click or I run this, at the end I would get the result. So that's what the expectation, and that's how the CI/CD pipeline works, right? So this here is the very first step. So if you're able to do this, then automatically we can integrate this into our CI/CD pipeline. Yes. And then the next step is we are going to run this file through Node, and the file name is lighthouse test.js. And yep, the testing is started. So now it starts the Lighthouse audit, and yep, it's connected to the browser. So the same thing whatever we do when we are running it in the CLI mode, the same thing, but we are running it through a JS file format. And now the testing has been done, and then we have got the Lighthouse HTML report. So let me just quickly open that report for you, and I'll show you too. Here is the file Lighthouse setup, and yep, the Lighthouse report. So this is how it works. So we get to see the performance of the application, the first contentful paint, the largest contentful paint, and the tree map, and all the performance metrics, the UI performance testing metrics. Yes. So yeah, if you see here the FCP, the LCP, the FCP. So here you could see, in fact, we're going to understand more about this report. It's not, I'm not just going to leave you here. We are going to see a separate session on how to read the report, how to understand the report and everything. So this is about one application or just one page. So in our, I'll create another one, which is uh, a multiple page testing, and we can even see the report here. So let me just quickly open that. Yep, multiple test minus lighthouse report. Okay, multiple dot test dot js. Yep. And here I have the code. As I told you, I will keep you updated. I'll keep all these code shared in the GitHub. You can just take it from there. And now let me run the command, the multiple uh, lighthouse test. So this will, it's not just like our regular applications, right? So when we are running any application, we'll have multiple pages. And as I told you, we are not supposed to test only the happy path. We are also supposed to test these all the positive and the negative signs on the negative path. So we should make sure that we are testing every single page, every single item that we are having in our application. And yep, the auditing is completed for google.com and then for the github.com, and then it's even getting completed for the. So yes, at the end of the test, we get to see the performance, the FCP, and the CLS in the table format. So yeah, with that, I come to the end of this video. So in this video, we learned how to set up the very basic, the prerequisites like the node.js and then the npm package manager, and then we even tested the Google Chrome browser, and then even we tested it in CLI, and then we tested it using the code. We tested for single page, and then we tested for multiple page, and then we got the final audit results as well. So with that, as I told you, we come to the end of this video. We'll try to catch up in our next session to read the entire report. We'll see how the report works, how or what is the report is talking about. So until I see you all in the next videos, bye bye from Vasan Shanmugam and your favorite Little Slaw YouTube channel. Take care and bye bye.